I think it's pretty safe to say that by far, one of the big pieces of the excitement of Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker has all to do with the return of Darth Sidious, also known as Emperor Palpatine, that will be portrayed by Ian McDiarmid once more in the sequel trilogy. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film, at the end of the day, is going to be, well, a revelation film. It's going to have a lot of twists and turns that will lead to saga-wide implications in this story that's really going to be used also as a way to benefit many of the characters like Rey and Kylo Ren from start to finish of Episode 9. Now, on top of all of this, what's really intriguing is that these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the big plans by J.J. Abrams, Disney, Lucasfilm, and even George Lucas, this is where things begin to get very exciting for Episode 9. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that it's explained that during the rewrites of the film, during the months of November and December of 2018, is when George Lucas was significantly involved with the rewriting process of the second and third acts of the movie that would be prepped for reshoots throughout 2019. It's explained that George Lucas created a very complex Palpatine twist that would change the entire original trilogy and even the prequels, where it's said that The Rise of Skywalker is said to give a totally different meaning to a moment in Return of the Jedi, where Palpatine tells Luke, "You will find that it is you who are mistaken about a great many things." It's said that George and JJ worked very hard to give great new meaning to that scene in Episode 6 that would be very unexpected to the fans. It's said that the Palpatine twist is said to be based off of a rejected concept for Star Wars Legends material that George Lucas did not approve in the early 2000s that would be used for the twist and the turn itself that has to do with Palpatine's bloodline and a major revelation related to multiple Force powers and secrets between both Palpatine and other characters in the sequel trilogy era. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, we do know that Episode 9 is going to introduce all of these different twists and turns. In case you guys did not know, Eunice Watamo, the man who plays Chewbacca himself in the sequel trilogy, even said that the entire movie is a "I did not see this coming" moment, which really does mean a lot. It tells us that there's going to be a lot of different reveals in this film, as well as a lot of different twists and turns. It's going to change how we view the past 8 Star Wars movies. As far as this Palpatine twist that was actually created by George Lucas, that's the thing that really has me very curious as to exactly what's happening with this film. So this specific Palpatine twist is said to change how we view a specific moment in Return of the Jedi, the very moment in which we have Palpatine talking to Luke, saying it is you who are mistaken about a great many things. I'm sure that you guys remember that line of dialogue from Return of the Jedi quite vividly. So, with that being said, this whole entire twist has something to do with Palpatine's bloodline, as well as new aspects related to the Force and Force powers related to Palpatine himself. Now, that's what really has me very excited about The Rise of Skywalker, is how George Lucas was very much involved with the Palpatine twist in the third act of Episode 9, and how it's really going to have a massive effect on not just the originals, but also the prequel trilogy era. And like I've always said before in the past, all of the different decisions for The Rise of Skywalker, it really is a big risk, I will say. If you look at Disney and Lucasfilm, after what happened with The Last Jedi and the backlash it received, a lot of fans are just crossing their fingers that this is going to be the best of the sequel trilogy and is really going to stand on its own and really stand out to the audience. So, on top of all of this as well, we do know that Ian McDiarmid himself is back for The Rise of Skywalker, which is also great, and how this major twist is really going to play a major role in the third act of Episode 9, changing how we view the very ending of Episode 6. And I think that's a very interesting piece of dialogue that Palpatine tells Luke on board of the Death Star 2 when he's talking to him, where he says, "You will find that it is you who is mistaken about a great many things." So, with that being said, the fact that George Lucas is giving, I guess, great meaning to that piece of dialogue, it's really going to be quite massive in The Rise of Skywalker. Now, the other thing that I do want to talk about that is really exciting as well is that we do know that Episode 9 is going to feature, of course, the Sith Spirit of Palpatine. That we do know is coming into fruition from all the leaks that we've been going over. Now, the Sith Spirit of Palpatine is going to be very complex. It's said that it's going to be based on Legends material, but that is considered to not be the twist itself. There's more to it than just that. That's really going to change how we view the original trilogy. So, I will say, it's very surreal, isn't it, to really know that Palpatine is back, and to know that Ian McDiarmid was back on set portraying the role of Palpatine once more. I mean, it really is surreal, I will say. If you think about it like this, we would have never expected to see Palpatine back in the flesh, many years ago when The Force Awakens first launched. They were pretty much detaching themselves from anything related to the original trilogy in that significant matter. And how Palpatine now is a main villain in The Rise of Skywalker really does speak volumes by J.J. Abrams. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.
From night to